All right, so if you're like me and you have the Sky One Touch top, you probably get a horrible squeaking in the back of your Jeep that sounds like styrofoam rubbing on styrofoam. So mine kicked in about 900 miles, but with the odometer only having 900 miles on it. I spent some time in the back of my Jeep with my wife driving around. I did everything that everybody could do. I took stuff apart. And just so you guys know, there's two kind of squeaks that you can get in these. One has to do with how close the plastic is to the subwoofer or something like that, or in that area. That's not this. This one is coming directly from these back windows. And I'm going to show you how to fix that. You've probably spent some time back there yourself. If you push out on the windows, it stops. If you grease stuff back there, it stops. But it's only for a short period of time, and then it comes right back. So here's how I fix it. So first thing you're going to want to do is take out your window. Sorry for the project, I'm putting on a steel bumper. So then it's going to look like this, right? The culprit for this noise, all right, is not, a lot of people think it's something from down here. That's not it. A lot of people think it's this because it's metal on metal. That's not it, although I have greased that. Again, I tried everything. I literally did every hack I possibly could. The culprit is actually these guys right here. Okay, so I got to the point where I just took mine apart. There's not much to them. If you see, the plastic basically comes apart like this. I took mine back apart just so I could show you guys. There's a little detent ball right there, which you guys can probably see. And then there's this guy right here. Okay, this is the issue. And if you notice, mine's all nice and clean in there because when I first took mine out, there was this white powder and junk that was everywhere. And you can actually still see even a little bit of it there. Also, you've got this bolt right here. So the key to this, and you can see there's actually graphite grease on there because that's what I wanted. The key to this is you take these all the way out. You've got the tools that come with the Jeep, so it's pretty easy to do. You want to get some blue Loctite. There's blue and red. Red is stronger than the blue. We don't want the blue. You want to be able to get this back out at some point. You're going to put a nice big dollop of that Loctite on here. But at first, like I said, you want to make sure you clean all of this. You want to get all this white powder. I noticed when I took mine off the first time, there was all this white powder. And I'm pretty sure that's what was, again, making this, squeak, and it was driving me insane, just like it was driving everybody else insane, especially on a $60,000 Rubicon. Is kind of unacceptable in my opinion. So again, make sure this is all clean in here. Again, you can still see some of that blue Loctite in there. I'm going to put some more back in there. Make sure this is all nice and clean and there's no residue or anything like that. So then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you take the grease of your choice. I liked the graphite. It worked really, really well for me. But I put some graphite grease on here. I put some graphite grease in that detent ball right there. Again, make sure this is all clean. I actually put some graphite grease in there. And then you're going to basically just do the reverse, right? So the bolt goes right back through there. This is going to get bolted right back in there once you put that blue Loctite on. And you want it pretty tight. You don't want to like crank on it to where you're going to break something, but you want it pretty, that nice and tight. It's still going to turn because of the way this bolt is set up. You can only tighten it so much. So because it's got that stopper in there. But again, you want it pretty much nice and tight. You can see I've actually used mine. So this is held up. This hack is held up pretty well. And I think it's just a matter of this material, whatever this is, once it gets worn at all for the first few hundred miles of driving, unless you clean it out, unless you go back through, unless you Loctite it, it's not going to fix itself. So again, blue Loctite, and then put it back in nice and tight. And don't crank on it too much, but just again, nice and hand tight, and then you should be good to go. I still greased the areas up in here, but again, those were already actually greased before I tried this, and that didn't fix it. So I don't think that's really doing anything. But that was my fix. Hope this helps you guys. It was the point to where I was like legitimately thinking about selling the Jeep or doing something like everybody else because it was just so obnoxious that I couldn't stand to drive in it. And so there you go. Hope this helps. Good luck and enjoy.